My name is Eduardo de Jesus. I am originally from New York, been living in Florida for over almost 30 years. My experience in paranormal came at an old local theater in Lake Worth, Florida. It's called the Lake Worth Playhouse now. Originally, it was called the Oakley Theater, owned by two brothers. It opened in the 1920s as a vaudeville house. My experience came in 1994. I was a backstage volunteer with the community theater. I came into the theater on a Saturday morning, first person in to open up and start getting some of the set work done. Upon entering the theater was dark except for lights in the lighting booth that never go out except during a production, and a bare light on the stage so people can make their way into the theater. Came in, started looking around, looked up into the lighting booth, and I saw a black figure of a man in a top hat. It was dark enough that you could not see the light of the booth behind him. So he blocked the light totally out. I was calling to the person because I'm very friendly. I know all the people that worked in the theater. So I called out, "Hi, who are you? How you doing?" And then somebody came in to the theater through the doors that I came into. I turned, looked to them, and said, "There's somebody up in the lighting booth." And as I looked back, they were gone. And then I asked the person I was with, "Did you see who was up there?" And she was one of the volunteers and said, what did you see? And I said, "I saw a guy in a top hat." And I thought it was somebody upstairs in the costume department fooling around. And she said, "We're the only people in the theater and the costume place is always locked." And said, "Are you sure you saw what you saw?" And I said, "I have my glasses. I know what I saw." And she said, "Well, you know about Mr. Oakley?" And I said, "No." And they said, "One of the brothers that owned the theater died after the theater opened. I don't know how long. But he has been rumored to have always been in the theater. Stayed in the theater. People have had people messing with something happening to them in the dressing room. We've had, as my personal experience with the lighting director, we were doing a show called Painting Churches, which is a play, and we had a particular spotlight that was supposed to go on every show at a certain cue. During pre-production, during rehearsals, that light always worked once it was set up. It never worked during the show. We would change all the performances. We changed the lamp, we changed the bulb, we reran the circuit, and it worked before we opened the curtains to the house. It worked after the play was over, but not during the show.
How many performances?
We run Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, two on Saturday, two on Sunday, for 2 weeks. And this was a professional lighting director. He has worked on many shows. He's been doing it since he was a teenager. So he couldn't explain it, and everybody that knew Mr. Oakley said, "Because you don't believe, he's messing with you." And he would never, because he's a very intelligent and technical kind of guy, he said, "I can't believe what's going on." But that's what happened. So the Lake Worth Playhouse in Palm Beach County, Florida, is got it going on. Thanks, Mike.
Hey, you were mentioning there was something else you were doing, some kind of project you were working on?
Well, my project is that my wife and her best friend are into the psychic arts, and they've been, as my friend says, she's a medium, so she's been doing readings and whatever. And my wife has been learning and find out that she's a sensitive, and she's learning all the technical of what's going on. Myself, I've always been a tech head. I've always been the person that checks wiring, can develop. Yeah, that's always been me. That's what I do for a living. With my profession is I'm always in machinery. So we've developed a group. It's still not 100% no paperwork on it, but we've developed a group that we're going to be going through different locations in Southeast Florida to try and through her sensitivities, through the two ladies' sensitivities, try to get something around some kind of vision, something that we can put. And it's my job to get it on film, to get it on sound, because 20 years ago when this happened to me, nobody would talk to. Now it's like it's coming. So we're very interested, and we're just glad that you guys are here to help us pass the word around.